Hello, Periscope. It is me, the Dial Facer. Hey, Jaquees. I am going to do a tutorial, and my client is such a good sport, and she's going to allow me to do a tutorial on the look that she is getting tonight, which is a brown smoky eye with gold glitter accent and a nude lip. So we're going to cover tonight doing that look along with contour and highlighting and a strip lash application. All right, so stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to do is hydrate her skin using some water on a cotton ball. And you always want to remember to not use rough or tugging motions on the face. You want to use soft strokes. Typically, when you're going down, you want to go down the center, across on your forehead, and upward on the cheeks. That way, you can try to defy the effects of gravity. You always want to be delicate with your face. Next thing I'm going to do is apply a little, emphasis on little bit of an oil-free moisturizer, and that is going to aid the foundation to go on smoothly. Again, we're doing the gentle sweeping motions, applying the moisturizer. I'm moving quickly but not roughly. So she has really pretty even skin anyway. Overtime football game. I think this is why you watch the bowl games. This is why you want more bowl games. Look at David Cutler, how happy this Duke football team is. He's done a terrific job. Yes, I already applied her eyeliner. So what I'm going to do now is apply her concealer. So you can just look up towards the ceiling for me. So we're going to do a highlight and contour look, and we're going to apply her concealer under the eyes and above the cheekbone. The concealer that I'm using is actually a full coverage foundation by Mayron. I absolutely love it because it's very creamy, it's lightweight, it covers really well, and it blends really easily. So I'm applying that with my flat brush, my flat concealer brush. That actually puts a stamp on this for Frank Beaver. For his team to go out there and score on special teams, that's very special for him if they can win this football team. You know, that's one of the things we'll remember about Frank Beaver is Beaver balling his great special teams. So we're using outward sweeping motions to apply her concealer. You always want to have your concealer a few shades lighter than your complexion to give a highlighted appearance. So we're applying that under the eye and above the cheekbone. So now I'm going to just go down the center of her nose. Oklahoma, Clemson at 4, and Michigan State, Alabama at 8. New Year's Eve on ESPN. Last year, Gallaudet was unlike anything the center of her upper lip. And this year, the new season is unlike anything you've ever seen. And dab on her chin. Returns January 3rd on ABC. Join me, Diana Lewis. And you can really customize your contouring based on the face shape of the client. So I'm going to apply a little concealer here. We're doing a little highlighting on her forehead because she's going to have a middle part with her hair. So we're applying that there. It's your last chance of the year to save on temperature And I'm going to apply just a little on her jawbone.
Save on all Tempur-Pedic mattresses with 0% financing for 50 months. Plus, get a free sleep set, which includes a premium pillow, premium sheets, and mattress protector. A $270 value with any Tempur-Pedic or Tempur-Flex mattress. Plus, free next-day delivery. It's your last chance of the year to save on Tempur-Pedic, only at Art Van Pure Sleep. Which truck brand do you think offers best-in-class HD towing, best V8 horsepower, and has this year's most credit trust of the year? Ram. What do you think? The Ford. The Ford? Here's the answer. That's the Chevy Silverado HD, the Chevy Silverado, and the Chevy Colorado. No way.
So now I'm going to apply her foundation. I used a blend of my brown and yellow colors from my Makeup Forever Flash palette. I absolutely love the Flash palette. Shouts out to Makeup Forever for the Flash palette. You can literally do someone's entire face by using the Flash palette. Now, I'm not going to do that today, but I did custom blend her foundation, as you can see right here on my metal plate, using the brown and the yellow, from my Flash palette to custom blend her color, her foundation color. Sometimes you may find that you're using a foundation or a concealer and it may not match the person's complexion exactly, and that is where your Flash palette comes in handy, because you can use some of the colors in the Flash palette to either add more warmth to the foundation shade if you need to go a little more red, or if you need to cool it, you can add other shades to cool or neutralize redness. You can use like green concealer as a neutralizer. So again, we're using quick motions so it can blend easily, but we're not tugging or using any rough motions. So I'm applying it with my foundation brush, which is this here by Delium. This is a Delium tool brush.
What's going on? Good evening, everybody. We are looking at rain that is coming on, at least the first batch of many here. Got a little heavier, especially I-94 to the south, into the city of Detroit as well. No big breakdown for us, but again, that's
applying the foundation to her nose as well. So it always looks a little crazy. It looks a little weird when you're in the application process. But once you blend everything, it'll all make sense.
There's warmth and moisture coming in. Look at the stream through Indiana, Ohio, then argue back to St. Louis.
So it definitely looks a little weird right now.
Nasty weather, tornado warnings in East Texas.
So I'm also going to apply a little of the foundation to her lips just to give her an even canvas.
It gets heavy at times. I don't get about anything else other than heavy rain, though. Mostly rain tomorrow. By the time it winds down and ends north to south, somewhere around 2 blocks or so, there could be a few snowflakes mixed in, but they will not stick. And then it's going to be sloppy, absolutely, and maybe even a little slippery the first part of next week. That's more interesting. We'll detail which states have the biggest issues.
Next, I'm going to apply the darker shade along the side of her nose.
Tonight, police are still searching for his killer. 7 Action News reporter Tara with the heartbreaks.
And this is going to contour her nose. And really with contouring, it's not always to alter the shape of a person's face. It can be also to accentuate. So I'm also applying a little bit of the darker shade on her under her cheekbone.
And on his way home to his kids, he was shot and killed in a car crash. Kim, a friend and neighbor in East Point, says Anthony would have done anything for anyone.
So now that everything is applied, we're going to blend. I'm using this wedge-shaped sponge to blend.
Neo, has toured around the world, has been on late-night TV shows, even Good Morning America. But what was most important to Anthony? His kids. His children came first. Anthony's death leaving a huge void in the family. Allison now leaving his murder to investigators as they search for his killer or killers. But she has one thing to say.
And so you want to also make sure that you blend around the hairline. You definitely want to blend it into the hairline because you don't want to have that mask effect. So we're blending into the hairline. We're blending the foundation with the concealer. So because of the difference in the color of the concealer from the foundation, you can still see the highlighter effect. It's just blended. You don't want to have the demarcation of seeing exactly where the concealer ends and where the foundation begins in the form of having that line, that defined line. So that is why blending is absolutely crucial. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. I cannot stress it enough to blend, blend, blend. This is team no cake face. No cake face. So typically, when you're trying to match your foundation, you want to try to go close to the color of your throat, the color of your neck, because that's what's going to show a lot of the time. So you don't want your face to be one color and the rest of your body to be another color. That's not what you're going for in life. So as you can see, her her right side is already blended. So now we're blending her left side.
Christmas is over, but some people are just getting started. We talked to some customers what they can't manage after Christmas sale.
Blending, blending, blending. Again, we want everything to look as natural as possible. The purpose in wearing concealer and foundation is to give your face the appearance of being even and smooth. You want to have an even and smooth canvas. That is our goal. So now we're going to blend her nose. We're not looking to have like a white stripe going down her nose. I'm not trying to have her looking like a chipmunk. And there we go. So just open your eyes for a second and then just look up for me. Now we're blending under the eye. Again, we're using delicate touches. We're using soft strokes to blend everything. And that's another reason why hydration and moisturization is key, because it really helps to blend everything very easily. And voila, she's blended. Next. Next is the eyeshadow primer by Smashbox.
The lockdown is no longer in effect. I spoke to some people coming out of the mall. They said it was absolutely.
I absolutely love this eyeshadow primer.
Out from this area of the parking lot, she knew that's where her children.
Doesn't take much,
so she ran towards the door
and you apply the primer to the eyelid to help aid in ease of application of your shadow. It helps your colors pop really well. It minimizes the effects of creasing. and it minimizes fallout with your shadow as well. I really like it. And your colors stay true throughout the duration of the wear of your shadow. Shouts out to Smashbox. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to enhance the shape of her brow. So we're going to sculpt her brow. I'm using a brown liner and I'm going through her brow very gently with the brown liner. And I'm not going to go through her entire brow using the brown liner. I'm just going beneath and over her brow with the brown liner. And this is going to give her brows a little more definition. It's going to enhance the arch that she has.
In the parking lot as well. Kim Russell reporting live from Eastland Center, where that shooting took place just a few minutes ago.
So the next thing we're going to do is sculpt her brow. So I'm going to apply the concealer under her brow using my flat tipped concealer brush. And sculpting a brow is when you apply a concealer or a lighter shade foundation under the brow to give your brow a more defined look. So I applied it and now I'm blending it using downward and outward strokes. So I'm blending the concealer down to her crease.
The charges for things like horoscopes or sports scores were allegedly buried in bills. The activity known as cramming. Both wireless carriers agreed to pay $158 million to customers.
Okay. Notice how much more defined her left brow is from her right brow. That's the result of sculpting. So we're going to go across her brow, the top of her brow, I should say, doing the same thing.
With their African culture. There are events taking place all 7 days of Kwanzaa at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History.
This is a harvest time, and so we think about the closing of the year, wrapping up the harvest, the crops that we brought in, thankfulness. That's also reminding us of thankfulness here in the city of Detroit or the United States as we go from Thanksgiving into Kwanzaa or the Christmas holiday season. What we have, what you've been blessed with, those things. So all of those things come together.
And voila! Notice how crispy and fleeky her eyebrow is. So we're going to do the same for her other brow. Again, we're going under her brow using the concealer, using a flat end concealer brush, starting from the inner point of her brow going outward. We're using a cream-based foundation by Mayron as a concealer. I absolutely love this foundation. This Mayron foundation is very creamy. It's super lightweight. It's oil-free, which is really good for your clients who may have sensitive skin or oily skin and don't like the feel of a heavy makeup but love the look of having full coverage. Mayron has an excellent foundation just for that. So I'm blending that downward to her crease because we're going to do a brown smoky eye with the gold glitter accent. So now we're going to apply the concealer across her brow. Across the brow. And blending that, starting from the inward point, going outward. There you go. You have your sculpted brow. So now that her brows are sculpted, I'm gonna fade them just a little towards the inner portion so that we don't have the hard line of the inner portion of her brow. And I'm using this angle tip brush for that. It's a thin brush that's shaped like a wedge, or you could say it's slanted at an angle. Okay, so that's all blended. Now we're gonna apply her powders. Powders being used today is the Ben Nye Luxury Powder and the Ben Nye Luxury Massage Powder.
So all of those are possible. Not as much iciness as the sleet, the rain, and snow on Monday. As the chances that it will through, this could be a wet system.
I'm also throwing a dab of this Temp 2 powder here.
Wind chills Monday around lunch will be around 20, maybe some spots in the teens, and the wind will be up. So it's going to get more interesting as we go along.
So I'm applying her powder, the lighter shade, as a highlighter using my dome tip brush by Delium. Again, we're doing very soft strokes. So I'm literally just patting the powder onto her face. I'm just patting it, and this is going to help set her highlighted look. So in doing highlighting, you want to use a powder that's lighter. Same reason that you would use a lighter concealer.
Especially Monday and Wednesday, after a little freezing, so some concerns there as you go along with growth perhaps. And it's a mix of just sloppiness, and we just have to pay more attention to what we've been doing, because so far, haven't had to work on the road. Yeah, it was inevitable, I guess, eventually. This isn't the big plunge, this is more awareness on the roads. Yeah. All right, good. Thank you. Still add on Action News at 7, the holidays are over, the shopping has really just begun. Show you where some people are heading.
I'm going to go down the same areas where we applied the concealer as a highlighter are the same areas that we're going to apply the lighter shade of powder.
But to a farmer, it means something more. It means honor.
So we're going down her nose, patting on the lighter shade of powder for her contour. For her highlight.
From our farms to your table, Michigan milk, because a cold glass of nature's best is pure Michigan.
And pure Michigan milk is Kroger milk.
Okay, so now we're going to use Nutmeg by Ben Nye. Nutmeg loose powder to contour. And I'm applying that with a different Delium brush. This is a contouring brush by Delium. You can also use this to apply your blush. You can use this to apply the contour under the cheek. Just under her cheekbone. I'm also going to apply a little to her hairline.
Inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters.
This also gives a really bronzy effect too.
On every screen in your life, we are broadcasters.
So again, we're contouring using Nutmeg by Mayround. And we're just applying that to the hairline and right under her cheekbone.
Christmas deals. The 7 Action News reporter Kristen Pierce tells us the bargains just beginning.
It just adds a little more definition to her face.
It happens every year on Christmas. You get a gift that you may not need or want, so what do? Take it back to the store and hopefully exchange it for something else. At least that's what shoppers at Oakland Mall are doing.
We got a bunch of clothes and stuff there, just the wrong side, stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe wrong side, we don't win.
thing that we're going to do is apply the middle shade of all of the powders to her entire face.
So that way you're not disappointed when you arrive. Today's not just about returning gifts. Some shoppers are hitting the stores to get something nice for themselves because prices are going down. They can get tremendous deals today.
I'm using my powder brush by Delium Tools to apply the Ben Nye Visage powder.
60, 70, 75% off. A bunch of markdowns at stores and shoppers aren't ignoring these signs.
I thought it's a day after Christmas, hoping that there'll be a lot of sales on, so I decided to come on out with my wife, and she's out shopping somewhere now, and we'll meet together later on. This was a $600 coat that I got for $180. Yeah, so it's really a good deal.
At Oakland Mall, Kristen Pierce, 7 Action News.
Emergency crews have been cleaning up the damage after an historic bridge collapse in Indiana. Police say it gave way as a semi-truck drove across it yesterday. The truck was almost 6 times.
Like I said, we're just applying that middle shade powder all over.
Can be rebuilt. By the way, officials expect it to remain closed for months.
I missed your comment.
Crews find the massive wildfire in California now bracing for hotter temperatures and erratic winds. Fast-moving flames burned more than 1,200 acres, shutting down parts of 2 highways in the southern part of the state. On the ground, crews are working to contain the flames.
Brow looks so natural and pretty. Thank you, Unplugged. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw what we did with the brow, but we filled them in with a brown liner, and then we sculpted them using a concealer and faded the inner portion using an angle tip brush. Oh, you did? Sweet. All right. So now I'm going to warm her cheeks up. I absolutely love this Ben Nye blush palette. I'm using one of the peachy orangey shades, and I'm applying it to her cheek using my blush brush by Delium Tools. And I really love how the peachy orange blush looks with a brown smoky eye, especially for this season. So I'm applying that using a circular motion across her cheeks so it could blend really easily.
Make the holidays happier at Toyota.
Toyota, let's go places. Because sometimes you just need a bigger mattress. Sunday at Gardner White, you can supersize for free. Pay for queen and take home a king. With a free king upgrade on top of the steel prices, you save an extra $500. Get this Beauty Rest Recharge King Set, just $6.99 with no tax and all the free extras.
So the next thing that we're going to do is apply her shadows. Now again, like I said, she's getting a brown smoky eye. So I'm going to use my handy dandy Smashbox Full Exposure palette. And the first thing we're going to do is apply the brown shadow from her lash line to her crease. So I don't know if you can see how well the shadow goes onto her eye. Now usually when you're applying shadow to the eye, it's not uncommon to get fallout right here under the eyes, right? But if you notice, we used the Smashbox 24-hour primer prior to applying her shadow. And you see here, there is no fallout. That's why I love that primer. There is no fallout. Because sometimes to prevent fallout, you may apply your shadow prior to the concealer or the foundation. But with the Smashbox primer, that's not always necessary because it really grips the shadow to the lid. Shouts out to Smashbox. So Smashbox, if you're watching, I love your products.
It's a difficult one to handle, and so we're going to need certainly all the help we can get.
The Spartans wrapped up their first full practice at AT&T Stadium in Dallas this afternoon, and Alabama just arrived today. Connor Cook says he's well rested.
We have her brown shadow applied from her lash line to her crease.
Differently than other bowl games in the past, knowing that there's a greater prize awaiting them should they get win.
So it's a playoff game, not a bowl game. That's the way we're looking at it. It's a 100% business here, but there's going to be time to have fun. We need to start better practice. We're going to have some activities.
So next, we're going to use my double-ended Smashbox brush to blend.
Michigan left for Orlando today as they'll play Florida on New Year's Day.
Blend away this line using one of the lighter shades of shadow in the full exposure palette.
Packing up nearly 4,000 meals to be distributed to families in need. The Chippewas and Golden Gophers play Monday night, Ford Field.
So I'm using the end of the brush. As you can see here, it's double-sided, but it's blunt. And it makes it really easy to apply and blend in the same motion.
And we will check in with some of these Spartans. Johnny Bacon and Rico here joining me in studio live. 11 a.m. Meanwhile, Duke and Indiana at the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. Wild back and forth game the whole way. Fourth quarter,
Do the same on her right eye.
As a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and we are tied at 34. Indiana strikes back with under 5 to go. Nate Sudfeld finds Mitchell Page wide, literally wide. He'll run it, but why run? When you got a guy that open back in the end zone. 389 yards, 3 TD passes for Sudfeld. Indiana on 7, but that comes due. Scored too early. Thomas Sirk scores on the QB.
Alright, so she's blended there. She's brown and
field
smoky.
goal. Indiana tries to tie on the field goal, but they call that no good. The kicker goes, I think that was good.
So the next thing we're going to do is apply the lightest shade in this palette as her highlighter. So I'm using a smaller eyeshadow brush to do that, and I'm just applying it under her brow as a highlighter.
Miami giving it on the ground, finding success. Braxton Barros takes it on the end around, finds some 60 yards through the. Should we sing Christmas carols? I think that's probably appropriate. He puts this game within 6, but the Hurricanes still down, and Shalom Luani snuffs out any hopes of a comeback, picking up Joseph Yearby. Cougars hang on for a big win for the program, 2014. Anytime programs like Washington State can be a named program, like the University of Miami, it would be a big win for the city. It wasn't a hurricane, it was a blizzard. It wasn't. It should have been the Miami Blizzard. Fed fire up tips. Fire up tips Monday. Should be a good one. Speaking of upsets, if it happens, Chippewas over Minnesota, that'd be a great win. Hey, I see the ones that Western one.
Next thing we're going to do is apply this reddish brown liner to the outer portion of her lips. She's going with a new lip gloss to finish her look. And I just want to define her lips using this particular shade. Again, this is like a cinnamon color lip liner. It's like a reddish brown, maybe even more like a orangey brown, I guess you could say. Alright.
We're going to need more holidays. Join the job side. It's University PR for 75 months. Offer ends January 4th. And more qualified employee lessees of competitive vehicles.
For a second. Okay. So we're gonna go under her eye just to touch using the brown shadow. Look up for me. I'm using the angle tip brush to apply the brown shadow.
The after Christmas sale at Art Van Furniture. Save up to 65% off all furniture, all flooring, and all mattresses. Plus, take an extra 20% off the sale price. Or no interest for 50 months. Store-wide rollbacks on living rooms. Huge discounts on dining rooms and bedrooms.
And starting from the inner corner.
The after Christmas sale at Art Van Furniture.
And this is another, this is the Z63 brush by Delium. Well, I mentioned that I love Delium brushes. In case I haven't, I love Delium brushes. So we're gonna coat her bottom lashes with the Kiss mascara. And this is just gonna give her eyes a little more pop, because we're gonna finish by using some really spicy Diva spike lashes.
You can wait another 2 minutes for Christmas videos. Until then, enjoy these Yule-free clips that are funny and easy.
And we're also going to coat her top lashes. Pull it down for me. Thank you.
But sometimes it's not.
But I like to use mascara even if I'm going to apply strip lashes, because it helps the lashes to adhere easier, and it also helps them to blend. You can also apply mascara after you apply your lash strip. And with this mascara, the wand is very narrow and the bristles are spiky, so I'm able to coat her lashes with the mascara with very minimal clumping, which is always a plus.
I guess you can't wear a seatbelt if there's no seat.
So for this part,
You don't have to know
I
much
just have
about
to
jokes.
close your
This
eyes.
is tempting things.
I'm going to put your adhesive on. So now I'm going to apply her adhesive so that her glitter can stay in place. So I'm actually using a lipstick or lip gloss brush to apply the adhesive, because I want to have an even line. And this is where her gold glitter is going to be placed. Let's see if we get in close for a second.
Green and red are not going to be replaced with magenta or burnt umber. Christmas cards will never be replaced by Snapchats. And you know Santa will always stick with ho ho ho, never LOL. You can count on Christmas and Christmas videos.
So you want to allow a little time, maybe a few seconds, for the adhesive to dry a little. Not dry completely, but enough to where the glitter can adhere. So you want the adhesive to be tacky. That's the word I'm looking for. using a lip brush to apply her glitter.
He always wanted to be tall enough to put the star on. And this year, maybe he will be.
Just dust off some of the glitter that fell out.
You see a glass ornament. He sees a thing shaped like a ball.
So we're gonna finish her look using the 114s from Ardell. I love these lashes. They give drama.
Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Dog Vader. You want funny dogs? You got it.
She's like, I want it in this one. What the heck? I was videotaping her.
I'm guessing he does like biscuits.
Okay. And no, we're not finished. I'm just applying the adhesive to her lashes right now. That's why we had that moment of silence. So you don't want the adhesive to be too wet when you apply the lash strip because they won't adhere very well. So you want your adhesive to be a little tacky. So take about 30 seconds for them to get a little dry.
Finally, a dog walking service for dogs by dogs.
Usually when I'm applying the lash strip, I'll have a fan nearby and I'll just hold the lash over it for a few seconds. Some people blow on the lash, but I don't want to blow on a lash that I'm applying to my client's eye.
What happened to my sandwich? Where's my sandwich, Saban? What's in your mouth? Saban, are you hiding my sandwich from your mouth right now? What is this?
So
What is this?
I know it probably looks like I'm squeezing her head, but I promise I'm not. I'm just holding her lid steady.
Are you trying to... There it is.
Parents of young kids know they have a never-ending supply of why questions. And now, you have a never-ending supply of answers. Okay, not really. But at least you have a few very specific answers.
So if you notice, her lash went on pretty easily, right?
Here's why Elena's not
Because the
ready
adhesive
for a little sister.
wasn't too wet.
This is like your baby sister. She's gonna sleep in this, just like that.
Very rude.
Alright.
Here's why easily startled people should use small phones.
Yeah, she's giving drama.
Here's why Glenn is so popular down at the truck.
And last but not least, of course, her look cannot be complete without her lips. So she is gonna wear Bear from the Doll Faced Cosmetics lip collection.
Livy needs a bubble bath
Bear.
after her bubble bath.
An entire brand new bottle of baby soap.
And we're gonna apply the lip gloss using a lip brush. And the awesome thing about the lip glosses from Doll Faced Cosmetics is that they're made with a vitamin E, beeswax, and lanolin base. So they glide on really easily. They spread easily. They give you shine as well as moisture without the stickiness because these were made without silicone. So you're able to get the shine without the stickiness. So you have your fusion of lip gloss and lip balm, given the key ingredients that are in Doll Faced Cosmetics, DOLLFACED Cosmetics lip gloss. Our website is currently under construction, but if you'd like more info or if you'd like an invoice to purchase, you can feel free to email us at dollfaced, DOLLFACED cosmetics@yahoo.com, or you can call our toll-free number 855-437-DOLL. 855-437-DOLL. We're just going to apply a little more. Did she really need any more? Probably not. I'm just a little extra. So I'm putting some more on. And voila, she is finished. Finito. Yes. Give it to her. She has her brown smoky eye with her glitter accents. Thanks for the love. Thank you. Are your eyes stuck?
No.
Oh, good. Yes. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a closer look, Periscope. Everything is blended. Again, blending is key. No Photoshop, no filter. Yes, you are all up in her face. You are all in her face. Thanks for the love. We love you back. Again, the palette that was used today was Smashbox Full Exposure palette. And foundation used was Mayron foundation, along with the yellow and brown colors from the Flash palette from Makeup Forever. Number 14 lashes. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we also finished her look using Ben Nye face powders in the shades of Nutmeg, the Visage powders, and a Temp 2 Pro translucent powder. So, no filter. No filter at all. Open it again for me. She's gorgeous. She's been doll-faced. If you'd like to see this video again, tune in to my YouTube channel, Tia Regular, on YouTube, TIAREGULAR. Follow me on Instagram at The Doll Facer, and like my page on Facebook for my salon. I have an awesome stylist, Carmen the Hair Genie, along with myself, Doll Face Studio, on Facebook. And we're out, Periscope.